Hey guys, Carlos Cortez from Scriptures and Wallstreet doing another episode, and I'm here with my buddy Salim on his boat. Say what's up, Salim.
What's up, Carlito?
And then you got Richard, the amazing accountant. So if you would like to avoid the IRS and all the stupidity and the Luciferian BS that they do, this redneck is your guy, right? And then you got one of the best roofers out here. Actually, two of them. Good old country boys and my boy Gary. If I ever die, guys, you need to call him because he will manage your portfolio just as good as me. So,
only if you die.
Yeah, only if I die. Yeah, so definitely that.
It's coming all to me. Just put it all in my name.
He'll take over the podcast. He'll take over everything. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's all about that. The red, white, and blue, baby. So God bless you guys, and I'll see you. Hey guys, Carlos Cortez here with another episode of Scriptures and Wallstreet. So much to talk about, man. Like, wow, thank you for listening in, tuning in on this weekend. Happy Mother's Day. I know I'm a week late, but I didn't get a chance to say Happy Mother's Day to all the amazing moms out there, including my own mother. Here's a picture of my mom. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you very much. And obviously to my wife as well. You're a beautiful, beautiful mom to our children, and I'm honored to call you wife. So here's a few pictures of my wife, Sally, and my mother, Benita. So for those of you that are wondering where I get the blonde from, my daughter is from my mother. We are Spaniard descent, and my mother's from Puerto Rico. So it's that's where I get my light skin at, for those of you that are curious. Anyways, I wanted to basically just start out talking about personal things, my life, what's going on, and I like to be transparent. And then we'll get to the charts, because I really think today is going to be interesting, talking about the head fake that is to come. Overall, I believe the markets are going down. Don't get suckered into this movement of it going up. And we're going to talk about that. But before I do, we've gotten emails, phone calls. Clients have called and asked about Rachel, how she's doing. And she's doing great. She's been going, I haven't missed a beat. My wife and I have not missed a beat with her brain exercises with brain balance. And here's her chart. Every time we take her for the past 6 months, we have not missed a beat. Every single therapy session we've taken her, had to sign her in. And we've been going 3 times a week for almost 6 months now. So we are excited that she's going to graduate. Maybe I believe in early June. It'll be 6 months. And then she will be better. So thank you for the thoughts. Thank you for your prayers and just inquiring about her. For those of you that don't know, my daughter has a neurological development disorder with her brain. She emotionally is about 6 or 7 years old when she's 11. So a lot of kids have gone through that. And I'm not big into these drugs. I'm not big into any of that stuff. So what we're doing is just natural, homeopathic, neurological exercises, funny exercises they do every single day till she gets better and matures. I'm committed as a father to basically do that for her. So to take her, to provide for her and make sure that she has a safe environment where she goes to school. Also, we're looking at changing schools for her. Speaking of schools, for those of you that know how serious I am with my son and his hockey, we received a gift this week. Actually, the gift was not making the team. So my son, Nathaniel, is becoming a great hockey player, has a lot of grit, did not make the fall team last year, but was able to get on as a practice player and develop pretty well. And then made the spring team, scored a first goal just recently on a travel spring team, and made a ton of assists, made some great hits, made some great strides. And here we are. All right, he's in the system. He's a player. He's great. He's impressed the coaches. Coaches say he's one of us, and we look forward to tryouts and on fall. So he tries out, and we do not see his name on the list. Again, I don't pay coaches. I don't really ass kiss like that. I've never been that way. I don't know if that has a lot to do with it, but it is a social club. I don't drink. I don't really people please either. And I'm very direct. And some people call me weird. Some people call me this and that. And maybe this is a Deion Sanders effect. Maybe I'm playing victim card here, but it's my son. And my son has nothing to do with his performance on the ice, which he's better than half the kids that they chose. So I went through a lot of stuff. And you know what? At the end of the day, you still got to get better. You still got to get better. So good that they have no choice but to say, we want that guy. And that's what the goal is that, yes, the team that brought you up, the team that invested in you, the team that said they loved you, the team that wanted you to be with them, turn their back on you, son. 12 years old. Who you thought loved you, who you thought actually gave a darn, doesn't. They don't see a future in you. They told you no. Thank you. Thank you for rejecting my son, because there's protection in that rejection, right? God has a mysterious way. And when we Romans 8:28, our lives, where he says, not some things, but in all things work out for the greater good, for those that are in his purpose. And guess what? He signed a contract with a better team, actually a team that will take him as a double A player. And we're over here fighting for the single A. And now he gets a spot as probably a bench player till he gets better. But these kids are so much better than him, but they're welcoming him because they see potential in him. They see what I see, an organization that is literally willing to accommodate him because they believe that he's going to be powerful. They appreciate him. And for the parents, it's a huge commitment because I have to drive an hour there, hour back, hour pick him back up, and an hour back. We're going to be exhausted. I get it every single day. But in that hockey academy is going to be a whole nother ballgame. Private Christian education on the academic side, a school that can accommodate him to his language impairment, to his learning disability. And he was doing bad in the public prison school system. And I literally cried. If you guys remember, I cried picking him up because it was time. It was time for him to grow up. It was time for him to get in an environment where he can be appreciated and actually fed, because your kids are not going to be successful pigeonholing them in one way learning system and then saying you're terrible, you're a failure, and you're trash. And these kids grow up jacked up before they reach college, and they don't even remember how to learn. And so I wanted to get that away from him. I went up in the public school systems because I live in a decent area where they have good public schools. But once elementary's done, they start feeding their woke agenda in middle school. And I gave it a try for 1 year to see how he would do. And the kid literally is getting straight Fs, not because he's stupid. It's because he needs breaks. He has ADHD with a language impairment. So he's not going to learn in a traditional style of a public school system. So my bad on that, Dad. My bad on me. My bad. I take full responsibility. And we're just pulling him. And the same thing with all of our kids. Once they go to middle school, we're not even going to joke around. We're just going to get them private education or homeschool and have teachers come in our home and teach them. So Nest Hockey Academy, check them out. Pretty amazing. If you're into if your kid is into hockey and you want a Christian private school education with follow-ups. And so with Nathaniel, I had to pay a little extra for a full-time tutor to walk him to class to basically translate the curriculum to how he learns. So I'm really grateful, man. I'm really grateful because my son is going to walk out literally with better grades than he ever had and become a gangster hockey player, like to become a violent biblical priesthood on the ice. Like that's what he's going to be. And he's going to be an academic scholar because we're just setting him up for success. And the Bible says that we are supposed to be the head and not the tail, and that we are more than conquerors, and that he has a plan for us. a plan not to harm us. I mean, he is always with us. He would never fail us. And that no weapon form against us shall prosper. The Isaiah 54 shot. And so I claim those verses on my son. I claim those verses on your children. I claim those verses on your life, because we are God's chosen people. He has given us the riches. He has given us access to his wealth. He has given us access to the Malachi 3 protection rights of you tithing. And that's why this is so powerful. Like, he's given us knowledge. He's given us so much, but there's so much like evil and there's so much distraction. You know, I was at a stoplight the other day and I saw two ugly cars. I saw two wine color cars, and maybe it was ugly because of their older model, whatever. But they were parked right next to each other. My wife pointed out, oh, that's evil. And I pointed out the car in front of us. Oh, look, it says Jesus. So you have like a satanic sign and a Jesus sign parked right next to each other, same color at the same stoplight, just randomly. Out of all the millions of cars in Tampa, these two cars pull up on a stoplight. One has an Eye of Horus, which is a New World Order symbol, New Age garbage, basically satanic. And you have a bumper sticker that says Jesus. And they're right next to each other. And it just hit me right in the eyes, man. Like, good and evil, we travel the same road. We're at the same stoplight. Although we are going on the same road, we have different paths. How is that showing up in your life? The enemy is still going to try to ride with you on the same road. But God has another path. He has another path for you. And that path is not to harm you. It will try you, and it's a test of faith. But I think it's so important to be grounded in his word. It's so important to have a hunger for the truth, whether it's biblical truth, whether it's just opening your eyes to what is going down financially or politically. Once we open our eyes, we start to see the blood moons, right? We start to see the Luciferian ways. We start to expose sin just by discernment. I mean, look what's happening with this disgusting guy, P. Diddy, the Black Epstein. I mean, his horror parties, his orgies were disgusting. And all of it's coming out. As you know, all of Hollywood has been talking about it. If you made it up that far, you basically are controlled by these people. They give you power, they give you fame, they give you fortune, only for it to take it away and use it against you. They try to control Kanye or Ye, and they couldn't, right? And so they blamed him. They made him go crazy. And that's what these people do when they want fame and fortune. They will sacrifice themselves or their loved ones, whoever, in order to get fame and fortune. It's disgusting. Bob Marley said, "Don't gain the world and lose your soul. Wisdom is better than silver and gold." So, yeah, it's very, very popular. I mean, that song called "Gone Crazy" by Admiral Tibbet. The lyrics basically say, the people of this world gone crazy. I said the people of this world gone mad, all because of vanity. They will do anything just to have. I heard someone saying the other day that life doesn't sense living. They lost their fate along that life that doesn't make sense living. They lost their fate along the way, but Jah is always forgiving. I don't have to be rich. I don't have to be a happy man. Money can't buy you and I salvation. I don't have to be rich to be a righteous man, as long as my meditation is free from corruption. Some will sell their soul for vanity just to move up in society. All I need is Jah, blessings, prosperity eternally. I've seen so many poor men live, and I've seen so many rich men die. That's why I keep telling you that reggae is a vehicle used to transmit a deep message to the people. Pretty cool song, pretty cool lyrics. Gone Crazy by Admiral Tibbet. Anyways, I just wanted to start out with that because that stoplight hit me in the head. I said, man, that's some good content there. Because we're going to talk about the market coming down. And as I was searching on like this weekend podcast, like the people that I follow, they're saying the same things we're saying. It's not that hard. Look, we have a head fake, a dead cat bounce. You're going to get sucked into this rally. The rally is going to go up. The tariffs, this and that. All that is distractions, man. All that is distractions. At the end of the day, it is about the 10-year treasury. It is about the interest rates. The bond market tells us what's going to happen. And we've been seeing a crap show in the bond market. You guys know that I like TMF. You understand that I'm waiting for the interest rates to come down because that TMF stock is going to blow up. And they're literally constraining it. They're literally just holding on to it, manipulating it so that they can attract foreign investors and that they can compress what is going to happen here and fake fund everything. So all this is being manipulated, guys. I've said it day one, but the manipulation will stop. The real GDP numbers will come, and this market will completely just be annihilated. Like what is about to come, you don't even, I mean, I'm talking about 50% drop. Easy. Like stage 4 cancer in the markets will come. And I'm not here to fearmonger. I'm here to show you. And you can look like I got a freaking private part growing out of my forehead. You can call me crazy. I could care less. But I'm going to show you on the charts. And that's what this podcast is about, is for you to prepare yourself for what is about to come. And that's why I started my firm literally 20 years ago. Cortez Wealth Management. What we do here is we protect you from the Luciferian pitfalls of the stock market. There are head fakes out there. We have a plan in place, and many of you folks don't have a plan. There's FUD out there. There's fear. There's uncertainty. There's doubt. And you've been going around buying and selling or just passively investing. You know, I trust this guy. He's great. He's got a great mutual funds. He created a plan. A shared me to death. You have no idea where the money's invested, but you know that this company has been around for 40, 50, 60 years. The money manager is great. And you have the Edward Jones, the UBS, the Merrill Lynch, the Morgan Stanley, the Ameriprise effect, where they buy and hold, and they don't care if a market drops. They say, you know what, Mr. Jones, we're in it for the long haul. Are you really in it for the long haul when the market drops and you're 58 years old and you're trying to retire within 3 or 4 years? No, you're not. And unfortunately, when you have money in red money, your life savings, such as your 401k, your IRA, your simple IRA, or whatever you have, or even your non-qualified retirement account that you're using for retirement, you're going to make money, and then it's going to sink, man. Like it's going to wipe out everything within 10, 15 years worth of gains. Let me say my disclosure here. Everything on this podcast is meant for education and information purposes only. I'm not giving investment advice. If you would like investment advice, give us a call, 813-448-3446. You can simply go to CortezWM.com, book your appointment, give us a call, write a little bit about your situation on the long form, and I promise you, my staff will get back with you, and we will be able to talk with you and consult with you. And basically ask you, how much money do you have in red? How much money do you have in green? How much money do you have in yellow? Do you even know what the color of money is? What is your financial advisor think about this? What are you currently doing since 2008? What'd you do in 2008? What are your current fees? What is your standard deviation? Like, these are the questions we're going to be asking you. And you'd be surprised you don't even know. Your advisor doesn't even know. So we really have to unpack that. We really have to talk about that, because if you don't know those answers, guys, you will get hurt. Your retirement will suck. It will be devastated because you're going to rely on something that's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed the stock market's going to go up when you retire. The sequence of returns could not be in your favor, or could be in your favor. Are you comfortable flipping a coin when it comes to your retirement? Or do you want stability, clarity, and a plan to go into retirement, knowing that there's going to be manipulations over here, but we have a God-sent, legit plan that is fail-proof? It's really that simple. And guess what? I only want to work with God-fearing patriots. I don't want to work with Democrats. I don't want to work with people that believe in what I don't believe in. Is that okay to say? Like, you guys are like, the woke media is debanking us. They're saying we're racist and we're white supremacists and we're blah, blah, blah. And you know what? I don't have to work with you. And that's cool. And that's freaking cool. It's America. You can find some other woke LGBT friendly advisor. That's not me, dude. That's not me. And I could care less. I'm not here to chase dollars, guys. I've made it on my own. I only want to work with people that I like and that don't give me a hard time, that I can speak freely and I could truly help. And they really want to be coachable. We want to create an environment where you are successful. I am #1 financial advisor in the country with a virtual platform that speaks the truth. That's actually licensed, by the way, that has been sued, that has been accused of fraud, that has been shot arrows and sparrows all over, and I still am here. I'm still here, guys. And I want to be here for you. I want to be that David fighting Goliath for you. And that's what I'm all about. I've made money. I know how to make money. I don't have to make money off of every client. And I simply just want to cater to your values, because I know your values represent the cross. I know that you're fearful. I know that you're uncertain. I know that there's doubt. And I know that you feel like you are trapped because there's no other option. And that is not true, my friends. That is not true. All you got to do is go to cortezwm.com, book an appointment with us. Just see if we're a good fit. Let's just answer some hard questions that you probably don't know. And I don't know what's even scarier, the fact that you don't know those answers, or your advisors don't even know those current answers. So if you have a current advisor and you want a second opinion, I'm not here to step on anyone's toes, but there are some questions that you should be able to ask. And if you can't ask, then I question the whole relationship. I question the plan. I question what you're doing is even right. I question why you even listen to this podcast when you should be talking to your advisor and his podcast. Why doesn't he have a podcast? Is he constrained on what he could say? Is he more loyal to his company than to you? There's certain licenses that literally, you have to not have a political opinion. You cannot speak up because you're going against company policy and the public shareholders and all this stuff. You see, the whole system is rigged against us to be against you, just like doctors. There was this one doctor that posted that if she was to vaccinate everybody during COVID, she would have made $1.5 million. Like, literally, she got paid to jab people. But yeah, it's the same thing on Wall Street, guys. Like, we get paid to promote certain products. And that's why these advisors work for these bigger conglomerates, because they push proprietary products. And I don't want to do that here, guys. I don't want to do that. I grew up doing that, and I don't like it, and it never ends well. At the end of the day, I got to go to bed at night. I got to worship God. I led on Mother's Day worship music at my church. Here's a picture of that, and it was amazing, and it's so freeing. It's so freeing to be used as a vessel to bring God's presence into the church and just worship Him. It is such an honor to just sit in silence and worship God. Like, when's the last time we've gone to the woods and just sat on a camp stool with a journal and just asked God, what do you want from me? What do you want me to know? Why was I created? Ask him those 3 questions. And I dare you to ask him the questions, and the Holy Spirit will literally manifest himself into you. If you're truly vulnerable with the Spirit of the Lord, he will provide a way. I pray he will enlighten you if you truly are seeking his face. It's one of the best things you can do. No financial advice I could give will even come close to that. And we can tear up the charts, and I will. But before I do, let's take a break. For those of you that would like a retirement plan, that are fearful, that are uncertain, go to my website, cortezwm.com, and just get there, and let's just have a conversation about how much do you want to protect? What are you trying to do? What are your fees? What is your risk? It's really that simple. So just go to cortezwm.com. If you want to download one of our free guides, you can go to americafirstretirementplan.com and download a free guide. And basically, we ask you what the different colors are, and fill it out. Let us know. Request some information. My office will give you a call if you prefer a call. And then for those of you that are just wanting more content, please go to rumble.com and type in scriptures and Wallstreet and just check out all of our content. We have years worth of podcasts that are readily available for you. No charge. You can look at it all you want. Every single week, I'm updating you on the markets. I'm updating you on the framework of what is about to happen. I try not to get political, because the charts are the charts, right? I mean, you guys know I'm a conservative. You guys know that I'm straight up conservative, but also we're not stupid. We know gold will come down. We know not to invest with our emotions, and that Wall Street doesn't care about your emotions. And a trade is a trade, man. Like there's no feelings to it. It's like a robot. And I want to present that to you because what I tell you is going to be sometimes different from the woke media. The woke media is there to give you bro investing advice. Like if you read it on the headlines, you are late, my friend. Before I come back, I usually take a break here, but I want you to go to Get Me Lean USA, great peptide companies that is helping clients lose weight, sleep better, think better, feel better. They have 6 products. I love the fit and the lean because it helps you with the weight loss and helps you build muscle, but also give calm to myself and to my hyper kids. And you just sleep better. You get better rest. You wake up refreshed. And the focus, if you have ADHD like me and you're forgetful, the focus is a really great animal-based peptide and plant-based peptide that will help you with your cognitive performance. And so with my line of work, I need to be sharp all the time. And go to Get Me Lean USA, get you some products, buy all 6 of them. You can cancel anytime. They're not cheap. They're not ultra expensive, but they're just great products with a company that loves that loves this country, that is in America, and they'll ship right to your door. You can cancel anytime. If you go on a subscription model, you do get a 20% discount. So I highly recommend that. And go ahead and get you an order. So I wanted to say something that's pretty important that I really want you to understand here. This whole week, we've had the markets go up, and honestly, it's been up about, I believe, 5.2% just this week alone. And people are going to FOMO into the markets. This is what the behavior of the markets do. They just simply see the markets going up. They don't know nothing about charts. They bro invest. They read the media. They say, hey, yeah, eventually the things are going to happen. And over long term, we're going to make our 6 to 12%. And so you keep on investing in the 401k, you keep on investing. And then there's something called and years go by, and there's something called the sequence of returns. It doesn't matter if you made 20% and then 40% and then another 10% and the 8% the following year. What happens if you make 20% and you lose 15%? And then the following year, you lose 40%. And then the following year, you make 10% and another 15%. You're still not even. So the sequence of returns is huge. Now, how you time this is as older you get towards retirement, you don't want to have the sequence of returns risk. And furthermore, if you want to like throw fire at the gas here and really get there, then you take risk out and you invest in green money, even when you're young. We have clients that have grandchildren. They don't even know. They will put like 25K, literally will put $25,000 away and never touch it. And when their kid is 60 years old, they have a retirement, and it's literally worth over $1 million. I mean, the compounding effect of having no losses and no risk is monumental. And so Wall Street doesn't teach this, guys. And we have access here at Cortez Wealth. We have access to these accounts that are principal protected, that literally will protect your principal. That is anti CBDC, is tied to you, not a bank, not anyone else. It's custodied outside of banking laws, and you have the ability to track and earn interest off of the NASDAQ or S&P or the things that you're already invested in your 401k. The thing is that when you invest with your 401k or your Merrill Lynch guy or Edward Jones guy or UBS or Fidelity, you are assuming the risk, the variable risk that comes with the securities world. And don't get me wrong, I love the security side. I love the red money side. I'm licensed in it. And this is not investment advice, as you know. I'm just saying this for information, education purposes only. But when you have the ability to have time on your side, you may not have a lot of money, and that's okay. Your children may not have a lot of money, and that's okay. But they have time. You still have time. And with time, it is a huge currency, just as much as actually funding something with money. Time is literally just as valuable. You know, when I create projections, all I need is time, a rate of return, and a dollar amount, and I could create projections. You can too. All you got to go is investor.gov. Actually, let me just show you. Let me just show you this. This is very powerful. It's called a compound calculator, and I use the one the financial industry regulators want us to use, which is called the compound calculator. And so this is a very compliant website, obviously, native to my industry. And so let's just say you had $25,000 you want to give to your grandchild, and you did no monthly contributions. And your grandchild is 5 years old, let's just say, and they wanted to, or you just wanted to put it away for them. Maybe it's not a college gift. Maybe it's a post-college gift. Maybe it's a retirement gift. Let's just say they're 5 years old and they have 55 years till they're 60. Now, the NASDAQ is going to yield, I believe, about 17% a year. Could be wrong. Let me just fact check here. So all I did was did an internet search. What is the average return of the NASDAQ? So I'm not BSing. 16.4. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go back. So $25,000 in, no monthly contributions, 55 years. You just let it sit. Now the average return, what was it that I said? It was 16.4. So we're doing 16.4. Let's just keep it very, very, let's just keep it lower, 16%, right? I think it's going to be higher with AI and a lot of the technology that's revolutionizing right now. And then let's just say there's a range from, let's just say 12 to 20%. So let's just say 12. Let's just say there's a variance of 12%. All right. And we're compounding that annually. So as we see this, guys, like this is how you create generational wealth. Just on 25 grand. And you saw me look at the returns. Like I'm not making this up. The average return on the NASDAQ is 16%. I'm 16.4%. I did 16% to be conservative. Let's just say it's 15. Heck, let's just say it's 12. All right. Let's just say it's 12%. Let me calculate this. In 55 years, if you'd put 25K, never invested in a future, you would have 12.73. Now, if it did exactly what it's done the past 45 years and you actually made 16.4% and just held it, in 55 years, we're looking at $106 million. Wall Street does not want you to know about this, about green money solutions. All you got to do is go to greenmoneysolutions.com, set up your green money account for your grandchildren. You could use this for your own retirement. All right. So I'm going to just change it up. What if you had $450,000? The average retiree has that when they're 60, and we're not contributing anymore. And maybe we only have 10 years, right? Maybe we only have 10 years. Same interest rate, same variance range, compounding annually. Look, this is incredible. 450,000 with the same type of return, same product. You could use it for retirement. And if you never touched it in 10 years, you'd have over $2 million, guys. Over $2 million. Worst case scenario, the variance, yeah. So the variance allows basically best case scenario, 5.4 million. I usually don't talk about that. That's basically the probability of the upper side, but we don't want to over promise and under deliver, right? So past results is not indicative of future results. But the range, the middle, the 50-50 shot, right? We're looking at $5.4 million. I'm sorry, the green line, the orange line is going to be 2,054,000. So this calculator goes off the middle of the road, the more realistic approach. And worst case scenario, your $450,000 in 10 years is $692, $692,000. I mean, guys, this is what is so amazing is that we can get this type of returns with no risk. It's incredible. It's a straight line. We get all the interest and never, ever the downside. Now, if you're interested in something like this, all you got to do is give us a call, 813-448-3446. I've been doing this for 20 years now, and we're experts at securing your money and growing your assets outside of the stock market. So all you got to do is go to AmericaFirstRetirementPlan.com, fill out some information. You can download a free guide or just visit us at CortezWM.com. Request a meeting with us, because going into what I'm about to explain, you're going to need protection. You're going to need a lot of protection, guys. Like there's no more of, I think the markets are going to go down. I think, dude, it's all speculation. It is complete speculation at this point. Do you want to speculate with your retirement? Because the markets are going up. They're going to come right back down, and it's going to be worse than 2008. And trust me, I started my career in 2007. Got my license. I was all excited, wore a tie every day, a suit, and all that. Rah, became a corporate advisor. And then 2008 hit. You know what the advisors were doing? Because they had all their money in red money. They were throwing a football in the parking lot while the phones were blowing up and people were losing their accounts because they were so sick and tired of answering the phones, because they had no access to green money. They had no access to the safetyness of their money. They only had access to what their company at that time, or our company at that time, what we could offer our clients. And it was terrible. It was a bad situation. The advisors were not wanting to help. They had no answers. They didn't know what was going on themselves. And they were just product pushers. They meant well, but they didn't care enough to obviously pursue higher education, pursue a better professional environment for their clients so that their clients can have an environment where they can succeed. I learned all that when I was literally the first year in a business. And I would answer the phones and I would hear the cries of these clients and say, man, is this guy here? Is Nick there? Is Thomas there? Is Bill there? Is Paul there? I'm like, no, they're not here, but I'm here. What can I help you with? Well, you don't know my account. And what do you think this stock's going to do? I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars and now I got to go back to work. Is the markets going back up? What's going on? Like, it was bad. And I was willing to answer the phone for someone else that's not my client. And that's how literally I learned about green money. That's how I built my mind frame on how to care for a client, to actually be there for them, and never to put them in that situation, to not be in that situation where you're going to be in the stock market and you're going to do as you're told and you're going to risk everything. Guys, that doesn't work. It does work if you have time. But many of you listening to this, now the 45-year-olds have to start thinking differently. I know it's crazy because I'm 42 and I'm only 3 years away from being 45. But at 45 years old, if you have $500,000 or $1,000,000 right now, you better secure your portfolio, because what is about to happen will make or break not just your retirement, but your children's inheritance and what they could do. Now, I specialize in this, so all you got to do is give us a call, 813-448-3446. And I would love, honestly, to work with God-fearing patriots all across America to give them advice and let them know, hey, there are some good accounts out there that your current advisor probably doesn't have access to. And so that's the biggest problem with Wall Street right now, guys, is that they're not talking about these accounts. They're not showing these calculations. They're not bringing up the historicals. They're not giving you the ability to go to the bowling alley and push the bumper rails and tell you you can never throw a gutter ball. You may not hit a pin, you may not throw a strike, but you'll never lose anything. They cannot say that if they're with the big banks. And this is why I'm not with the big banks, because we believe in securing your assets. We believe that you don't have to be all in Wall Street. Now, if you are, great. I have programs there for you with the yellow money. We have tactical money managers that can get in and out of the markets. They trade. They're smart. I could trade with them. I'm good enough to do that. However, I prefer being a consultant and actually telling you and coaching you, hey, this is the best plan for your situation. This is more of your moral compass, right? Like, we don't want to focus on funding Israel or China or Ukraine. We don't want to focus on this LGBT stuff. We don't want to focus on the jab. We don't want to focus on child mutilation products, right? Or puberty blockers or whatever type of funding that your money is doing. So we add another element to it, and we want to bring that to the table. We've been doing this for a while now, and I'm no secret to the game. And we've helped over $250 million of clients' assets in the past 24 months. So it's been amazing. And I can't thank you guys enough for liking, subscribing, going to our Rumble channel. I always pour back into you guys with these podcasts, with these market updates. And let me actually get back to what I was saying, and not fearmonger or just talk. I want to show you, because I don't like the guys that just talk. The guys that sell gold, they talk. They never show charts, and nor do they know what they're talking about. That's not me here. We're not selling gold. That's cookie cutter stuff, guys. By the way, if you have gold, I've said it so long, we're going to pull that up here. You probably want to take a good 50% off. Again, not investment advice, but gold is going to come down very, very quickly, short term. So you want to make sure that you are positioned well for a market cycle. It will happen. Do not be oblivious to it. So this is the S&P 500. This is on my chart, my index dominator chart. You don't have access to this. This is an exclusive type of software on TraderView. And so what people see right now is that the markets are going up. Like the bro investors, they see, oh yeah, it went up in early part of 23. It's going up in 24. We missed out, and they're getting in. They're getting out of their treasuries because they're scared from back here. They're scared from back here, back in 08, 09, massive drop off. And they're slowly dipping in over the few years. And then boom, we had a correction in 2022. Obviously, the interest rates started coming down, and we had some problems there. The bond market crashed. And we also had some other issues going on with the dollar. And here we are in 25. Now, this is on our daily. Let me spread it out a little more. And so I got a death cross where basically our current price has reached a 200-day moving average. And it's confusing because our green indicators are showing green. But if you look at all the data, the fundamentals, like this is technicals, right? So the fundamentals simply bring this in the Warren Buffett index. And on my daily, on the S&P, I have a bearish power signal. So even though there's momentum here, even though there's a little bit of momentum, I had this death cross, and this is topping off up here. And typically, if you look at the highest points on my middle row here, every time my RSI oscillator comes this high, it always comes down. The momentum is lost. So it's not just going to come up here and higher without coming down, just from a technical standpoint. So we want to be cautious of our momentum here. And this stuff is pretty accurate, guys. So right now, we are in like this sideways pattern, right? Where this death cross comes in and we're like kind of like in this sideways pattern. I'll go to like a 1 hour here, a 4 hour. And so we have a blue cross. So markets are going up a hair and we have green traffic lights just on a 4 hour. But if we pan over on our daily, the story's a little different because now I'm starting to see a potential for weakness here. And all I think, and all honestly, is that this is a weekly chart. So my weekly now is showing red on our traffic lights. One little speckle green, but mainly red. And as we see this, we'll start to see the volatility index come back up. Our average trade range, obviously, on the S&P is 122 points. I'm going to tell you right now, man, like what I really like, holy smokes, is I'm going to be looking at shorting the S&P here shortly. So I hope it goes a little higher because this sucker is going to come crashing down when those negative quarters come back and they say it's a recession. They can't hide it. Yeah. And inflation is a big problem. The commercial real estate is a huge problem. A lot of things. The banks are in bad shape. We'll take a look at the banks. This crash that is going to come will be massive. And I think all this is propped up and fake. From what I can tell, it's completely artificially inflated. And I mean, here's the data. Like we have a sideways pattern here. We legit have a sideways pattern on the S&P 500 on the short. So this is at 651 right now. When the stock market crashes, this is going to be completely the investment, if you can afford the risk, to be in, because this will pop off. So right now I have a little bit of sell pressure. So this goes down when the market goes up. So it's going to come down just a hair. And eventually, you see it right here on my top right of the screen. It says bullish power. So you could be looking at options here, maybe the $8 calls in December or even January, because after that summer, this could really make you some millions of dollars if you play your cards right. So the SPXS is a huge leverage ETF. It involves risk. Do not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. And if you're playing with red money, I only recommend 5 to 15% of your liquid assets. This is money that is meant to risk, where this is not principal protected. There's no guarantees. This is just a way to make money off of a stock market crash. So we'll look at TMF. Been getting frustrated with TMF because I'm like, are you going to lower interest rates now? And they haven't. So this has been coming down. So even on my my charts here, I'm still being patient. I have the January calls. It's not time to roll over. I probably won't roll over. I probably will just double down. This goes a little further down. Like if we see a little dip here, I'm probably just going to buy more. Right now it's at 41.20, which is incredible because I bought it at 50, if you guys remember, and just waiting for interest rates to go down. So we have cycle tops on the S&P, the Dow, the Nasdaq, the New York Stock Exchange, and the Russell 2000. So this is going to be a massive, massive bull run. It'll just be incredible for those of you that are in it. It does take time. This is a 6 to 12 month trade, guys. This is not an easy trade. This is a very patient, long trade. Months. I'm talking at least, if you can't hold it for the next 6 months to 12 months, don't even invest in it. Like I wouldn't, because you're not going to, it's not a day trade. It is a long-term swing trade, meaning it could take months for you to be profitable if the interest rates do lower. They could have some shenanigans and never lower interest rates. I mean, that is a possibility. But with the mortgage situation being the way it is, they're going to have to lower interest rates, lower the prices down for investors and home buyers to get in. Look how problematic this is. Like the government has really screwed us over, because if you buy conventional, you do your 20% down on a mortgage, right? And that's why people can't buy it, because the banks are supported by the government. And then you have Fannie and Freddie saying, oh, you only need 1% down, first home time buyers. Well, if the mortgages are getting defaulted, ain't nothing we can do about it, because the labor, the businesses are hurting. The businesses are hurting right now. So if they can't hire employees are not going to be able to afford their homes. It's going to have a massive ripple effect, And I want to look at something real quick. And if the market does crash, you're going to see all these people go to treasuries, because the 08s, the bro investors are going to pump this sucker up. They'll go to treasuries, and this thing will skyrocket. So it's going to make money off the treasuries from the people who are scared from the stock market. It's also going to make money from the lower interest rates. It's pretty powerful ETF. If you don't like the 3 times version, you can also just do TLT, which is a cheaper option and a safer option, but still a good investment for those of you that do not want the leverage, but you want in on the upswings of the lower interest rates. TLT is a great play. And let's go to my baby, TQQQ. I haven't looked at this in a minute. So we got a little downshift here. Obviously, it's red. This is on a daily. Actually, let me refresh this. I'm sorry. You guys saw that. It was red. Okay. Probably the internet. Okay, yeah. So this is on a weekly. I apologize. This is TQQ. And basically what happens is the VIX is obviously around 18, still kind of high. SPX and Dow, all the major indices in normal version. And we're seeing a bullish power right now. However, we're starting to see the green come back from the red traffic lights. And you see this little speckle here. Now, this is on a weekly. So we had a good week, obviously, in the NASDAQ. So you're going to see this little speckle. But let's check out the daily. Yeah, the daily shows that it's going up. But I'm also very cautious, because my right top here says bearish. So proceed with caution, knowing that this thing is going to come down. And coming back, I still believe that death cross here. This is what I believe is going to happen. Again, this is my opinion, my experience. This is basically for investment and education purposes only. I believe we come up here, we kiss this moving average, and then boom, we come crashing down. So TQQQ has a little bit of upside. You could buy a call option here. You could just buy the ETF, make a few bucks. Know that within a few weeks, we should be looking at another downward cycle. And so this is SQQQ. If you want to make money on the downside of the NASDAQ, the SQQ is going to be for you. Let me erase these drawings. The SQQ makes money when the NASDAQ crashes. So, and here's the thing, guys, like you want to buy low and sell high. Like if you look at the emotional trading cycle, what you want to do is you want to buy when people are feeling depressed and sad, and you want to sell when people are banging their chest and optimistic and euphoric. That's when you sell. And right now, gold is at that level. We're going to talk about gold here shortly, but I wanted to see SQQQ for my personal reasons because I haven't checked it out. I like this, man. Like, I hope this goes down. The NASDAQ comes, in other words, NASDAQ goes up. I hope this comes down to like, oh man, it would be sweet if it was under 20 because I would just buy some as a hedge. And then the moment I see this sucker turn green, I'm buying those call options at let's see here. ATR is 2.4. I would buy those call options at 20. So if it gets to a point where this goes down any lower, you're going to be looking at some major call options, and it is a 10-to-1 on that with those call options. So pretty amazing, the SQQ, because it definitely will turn to your favor when the NASDAQ crashes. And right now it's at 2338. So yeah, if this thing gets down to like 20, anything under 20, we could buy the call options on this and really clean up on a market crash. So that's what we're waiting on. Because look, it's going to crash. I said it last year. They're going to crash the markets on Trump. It's not a big deal. Also, I want to check out. This is going to be interesting. Did you guys hear about them talking about like I'll pull up the article actually. So this is what I'll talk about here. Whew, man, this is good. This is good info right here. For those of you that just bought gold, maybe you canceled a green money account, which is silly, to buy gold. People, listen up. We have bullish power this whole year. Gold has done its thing. We get it. We get it. It's made its money. But now it's time to start taking your profits because it's coming down. No cap, no BS. Bearish power. Markets are coming down on this hard. This is a weekly. This is a daily. I very, very rarely get these type of signals where it says bearish power. And I see nothing but red lights here. There's one little speckle. So it may have a little bit of upswings, but the trend right now, this is the top. This is definitely the top. We're starting to see it come right back down. Look at my oscillators. I get a red dot here. It doesn't lie. I got this on May 2nd. It's been coming down. This is bad news. Like it's at 32. It was all the way as high as what was it? 34 and some change. Did it hit 34? I have to bring another chart. This chart is not good with exact pricing. But yeah, it was 33.21. All right. And now we're starting to see it top off. But what's scary is that we have a long-term red dot. We have a midterm red dot. The short term is still green, meaning that it's still some upside that it could do. But my momentum index here is literally losing so much momentum fast, completely fast. And that's what I'm looking at is our MACD here, our reversion of the MACD, and it's got the RSI, MACD, momentum. It's got pretty much a lot of indicators to give me a red dot to come down. So gold is not your friend right now, guys. And if you say, oh, the dollar is going to crash, then don't buy gold. You need a green money account because you're protected by contract law. Contract law is not speculative. It is evidentially contract law for a reason. You have a contract that says my principal is protected regardless if the dollar crashes or not. They still have to replace it with equal or greater value. There always will be a currency. And if we go back to barter system, then obviously that wouldn't be realistic. Okay. That wouldn't be realistic if we had to go back to a barter system. Yeah, we never go back in technology. We're too smart for that. But realistically, gold is coming down. And for those of you that have silver, like myself personally, it's time to look at that too. I do like silver better than gold because it has a commoditization aspect of it, but they are correlated. And we're starting to see the same charts, guys. We're starting to see the bearish power coming in. It's done its thing, and we have red traffic lights on the short, mid, and long term. One little traffic light on a green one. If you can see that, it's very small, but same style of momentum. Getting a red dot, and this is coming down. So this is on a weekly. Weekly obviously is still coming up, but the daily is starting to show that it's coming down. So be very careful. If you have precious metals, it's time to start taking some off the table. I would recommend at least getting rid of a third, if not a half, and take that money and secure it where it really needs to be, like in a safe money bucket. Greenmoneysolutions.com, or you can just give us a call, 813-448-3446. A lot of you that I've spoken to had X amount of dollars and it doubled. Great. Let's protect that money because it's coming down. Gold and precious metals is coming down. They just had an article that they're looking at ways to. So, I mean, they're already looking at ways. Scientists are led into gold for the first time, but for a split second. Now, it's costing a lot of money to convert lead into gold, but this is where it's going. Like they know the demand is bad, and they're already trying to figure it out, like how you can make fool's gold, real gold, right? So be careful, guys, is what I'm saying. If you're up on gold, take advantage of it, sell a good portion of it now. Still keep gold if you want. But I'm just saying you might as well, you've doubled your money, take that interest out and protect it with safe money. Give us a call, 813-448-3446. We can work with you all over the country. Obviously, Hawaii is difficult for us because of time differences. But if you're out there, we'll figure a way to help you. But yeah, give us a call. We want to help you as much as we can. And there's so much to talk about. Tuesday, I'm going to be having an awesome guest. But I will give you updates on the markets, on gold, on the dollar, on ways you can make money on some of the ETFs that I follow, and I will be bringing in some stocks. Of course, I can't give recommendations. I can only talk about what I'm looking at. So with that being said, guys, I'm out of here. God bless you, and I hope you enjoy a bunch of my family videos. All right, bye.